Good morning, fellow traders. Pablo here. It's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Thursday, September the 10th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. All right, let's check and see where we left off the market yesterday. So SPX, right? So we had an interesting day yesterday, right? A little bit of a pullback at the end of the day. Monthly chart, again, still red right here below the upper Bollinger Band. Weekly chart, right? Green spinning top so far. We have an open gap below here, and we're entering into the Cloud Canyon. Daily chart. Okay, so we had a nice gap up yesterday, right? And we pushed, and I was really hoping we'd see more Morningstar reversals on this one. We've got a lot of upper shadows right here, and the ADMA rejected on the SPX. So it looked like things were going to break down, so a lot of shorts got squeezed out yesterday, and now it's time for the bears to really step up if they want to test the bottom of this trend box. Otherwise, we'll see. We might chop a little bit, or if the bears give up, then here we go, back to the top of the trend box. We'll see how it goes. Again, it's always tricky in these ranges right here. Let's take a look at the SPY and see how it's going this morning. So SPY, kind of bull flagging here going into today, right? So downward channel going into the morning. A little bit, a couple pullbacks right here. We have job numbers this morning. That's going to be kind of the big news here going into the open. We'll see. Sometimes we have bad job numbers and it goes up. Sometimes we have good job numbers and it goes down. So let's see it handles these channel levels going into today. Let's take a look at the S&P futures and see how they're acting this morning as well. Okay, so the channel is a little bit tighter on the ES. You can see we got really close to this level right here and kind of flushed off of it. If we break out of the bull flag here, I really want to see us get over these trend box, these signal zone levels right here to test yesterday's highs. Otherwise, we may continue to see ourselves drift down, and we might test the 3370-ish level and see where we get from there. Let's take a look at the Qs or the MES and just take a look at some geometric lines on this one. See how that's looking here this morning. So overnight, right? So we broke down below the this geometric line here. Okay, and then retested it. Somebody asked me yesterday about, what does that mean by the retest? Is it bullish? Well, a lot of times a retest can be rejected if it can't get over it, right? So bearish scenario here this morning. So very interesting stuff there. And of course we have the channel just like on the ES as well. Let's take a look at the Qs. Okay, so the Qs are kind of acting a little bit differently. Not quite a channel this morning. It's more of like an expanding megaphone type formation. This is a rare one here in the morning. So, but let's see how it handles these levels and what the Qs can tell us about the action in tech here today, as they've been pretty interesting, right? So, let's take a look at the IWM. The IWM just kind of channeling down here this morning as well. So let's see how that goes into today and what type of action we get off of that. Let's take a look at Apple. So this is going to be a big one to keep on the radar today. It tried to push up here this morning. Now it's kind of looking like it's opening flat. Got a question on Twitter this morning. It's like, why is it weak if we're up? Well, I mean, yeah, we gapped up, but I'm talking about the price action on this one, right? So this is a pause candle. We couldn't take that inside day up, right? This is a big upper shadow, right? We should see a momentum move off of that, and we didn't, right? We had decreasing volume yesterday. So if this thing stays lackluster and we take out today's lows and we break this 115 level, we could see the bottom of that inside day candle, right? So overall investment wise, it's bullish until proven otherwise. I suppose we're over the upward trend lines, right? Over the 50-day moving average or the 200-day moving average. So we'll see how that goes from there. But when we're trading for cash flow and we're day trading, we definitely want to see how the relative strength is based on our candle levels, right? Okay, cool. So let's take a look at Tesla and see how that's behaving here this morning. So Tesla, quite a gap up right off of the face plan and the 50-day moving average and the bump line. We didn't really have a lot of volume off of it yesterday. However, this morning it's trying to work its way up. So we'll see how that goes going into today. Maybe we could see a little bit of a channel move to the upside. Just depends on if they decide to squeeze out more shorts today and what kind of strength the bulls can step in with. Today, a couple things that are on the radar. Walmart, right, had the TikTok news yesterday, gave a nice push down into the close. We're seeing some down ticks here this morning. If the market is weak today, keep an eye on Walmart as it lost kind of the big news element that helped it with its recent rally, right? So let's see if it can work its way down. You can see here on the daily chart, nasty upper shadow closing below the ADMA yesterday. Keep an eye on RH, right? Earnings yesterday. It's a tricky one to trade, but it's gapping up way here. You can see this is actually the range, the pre-market range. So it's got a lot of work to do. You either need a lower shadow here at the lows to try to work its way back up to the midpoint level, or it needs to get really strong, get over the after hours highs. Right? This one doesn't trade a lot pre-market, so a tricky one there. A couple other ones on the radar too. Overstock, double inside day, right? So let's see how that holds. It's right at the cloud right there. Square. Know a lot of folks like to trade this one. Square with a double inside day and a lower shadow yesterday. Still below the 80 MA. Let's see if that can break out one way or the other. Piton earnings tomorrow. Gapping up a little bit here this morning, so maybe a little bit of a gap and go for a final earnings run on this one. I'd like to see it over 94 to really start to push with some volume and some strength. Finally, keep an eye on Zoom going into today as well. Zoom had a inside week so far, but even morning star reversal right here, right? A gap down below this candle right here, and a push up over 50% of that range with some good volume yesterday. So keep an eye on Zoom, see if you get some follow through on that one. And then finally, Snap. Snap had a nice push yesterday, some great intraday price action. It pulled back off this resistance levels, but if we can get over that 24 level with some volume, we might see some more upside. It's got an open gap here too. All right, guys, I hope everybody's an awesome trading day today. We'll catch you guys at the lunchtime market update. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.